missed it. Living rant free. Too late. So, there is a particular individual who I'm sure we all know by now, since if you're on the Twitch scene, you know who this man is. Fucking Ninja. That person. So if y'all don't know, he's been under a lot of heat recently. And I say recently, it's been over, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. That washed up fart. He's been on other people's streams. Big Fortnite streamer. If you don't know him, I'd be impressed if you don't. He really, really likes to have opinions, which in this channel, you know damn right we're chill with that. We like our opinions around here, all right? We just don't like shit ones. We don't like shit opinions. We don't like garbage, all right? All opinions are okay until you're dumb. And then when you're dumb, I don't like your opinion no more. He got micro meat energy. So if you don't know, he got into some shit. Like, he's done it multiple times where he goes on with like Tim the Tap Man or some shit. And he just acts a fucking fool trying to, it's essentially rage baiting and he's clip baiting, and he's doing all the stuff to try and stay relevant, and is hurting other people's communities while doing so because he's a piece of shit. Started beef with some other content creators recently. I won't get into them, but we are gonna outrage bait. But he decided to have a particular opinion about streaming. And whew, boy. So his opinion is that streaming 9 to 5 is easier than a 9 to 5 job. This motherfucker really thinks that his success was just because of his pure skill on Fortnite. He really thinks it wasn't luck and a bunch of fucking 13-year-olds who liked Fortnite and thought Ninja's fucking hair was really funny. And it brings him to this opinion that, oh, streaming is easy. It's so much easier. And in his defense, he does throw a disclaimer that, but that varies when you're a smaller streamer and you are, you know, you have the, like, shut up. All right, first off, no. You know what streaming is, right? Streaming is a lifestyle. It isn't a simple job, right? Like, if I work a 9 to 5 job, I'm not taking work home. I'm doing work there. I go home, and I don't do work at home. I am off the clock. You want to know what I'm doing? Sitting here, small streamer, trying to do stuff. You want to know what many other large streamers try and do? In their off time, they're attempting to come up with new creative content ideas. They're coming up with topics. They're coming up with things to talk about. They're, planning, oh, let's watch the Game Awards. Oh, let's watch the Streamer Awards. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do that. Let's run planning, because content creation doesn't stop at 5. Content creation doesn't stop when your job ends. Content creation doesn't stop when your stream turns off. Now, organizing collabs, that doesn't, you stream. Streaming is an active part of the job. Right now, every time I scroll through Twitter, I'm looking for topics. Every time I scroll through TikTok, I'm looking for topics. Every time I scroll through YouTube, I'm looking for topics. I'm looking for things that I can continue to talk about to bring new and maybe put stuff on the forefront that not many people see, or maybe something different, blah, 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 blah. Usual shit like that. Work extends. Topics just happen to be dumbasses. Yeah, I get more dumbasses than I do not. I don't even watch Ninja. I don't even know how I got a Ninja clip. It's probably because I watched Tim. But, so, even then, right? Sure, when you're a really large streamer and you have, this sponsorship, that sponsorship. Oh, you're partnered with this company, that company. Oh, you have a Gamer Sup sponsorship. Cool. Good on you. Sure. Life does become a little bit easier because you're attached to a lot of things that are creating a form of income for you. So yeah, maybe it's a little easier to know when you're going to get, your next dinner. You know you're going to get a meal at the end of the day. Cool. Good to know. But that doesn't include that some of these content creators pay for editors. These content creators pay for people who do clipping. Some of them pay their mods. These are essentially fucking employees. They're running a whole fucking business, but working the fucking grill at a McDonald's is harder. Sure, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. Working the cash register at somewhere, I bet you fucking sucks. I bet you it fucking sucks. I've never done it. I've only ever broke my back. And that's it. I've worked manual labor jobs my whole fucking life. I'm done. All right. Like, yes, in comparison, this is both easier and harder for me. This whole journey has been easier in the breaking my body aspect, but it has not been easier in succeeding aspect. Kurt working a register. Yeah. And I mean that in the aspect of breaking my back is easy. Manual labor, you just get stronger. You break your back, you go home, your body hurts. You go to sleep, you wake up, your body hurts less. The same shit cycle that always exists with manual labor. Always will exist. That's just the truth of it. Manual labor fucking sucks. Shit hurts. So sure, maybe it was more physically taxing, but you know how fucking difficult this is? It's like, you got to come up with new ideas. You have to do things that you think people are going to like. You have to sometimes play games that people don't like because you just want, you need some views. You're trying to get yourself above and beyond, a certain point, because that's the same thing that happens with a lot of people. Right? Like, there is a weird stopping point when it comes to streaming, and I'm currently in it, where you kind of get to your point where you're getting a comfortable 25, 30 viewers, maybe 20, whatever number. And for whatever reason, it is just an absolute pain in the ass to break through the 20, 30 mark. It's such a pain in the ass to get to the 40, then get to the 50, then get to the 60, and get to a point where you're actually a self-sustaining streamer. But all the while you're doing that, you're struggling, coming up with new ideas, new creative ideas, maybe following a different trend chasing as much as you can to try and get, that little bit of luck that puts your post at, 200 fucking likes or something stupid along those lines. Something to break you out of that cage. Sure, I'm willing to bet that aspect it gets easier once you have, fucking Ninja's numbers, thousands of people watching him, Tim's numbers, thousands of people watching him. And sure, you probably aren't having too, much harder of a time, trying to get food on your fucking table, pay your rent, live in your own house. Sure, probably gets easier at that point. I bet you it does. Then there's me. And then there's the other people. And then there's the people beside me. And then there's other streamers all throughout this entire platform that sit there and struggle day in, day out. Like, I've been streaming for almost 3 years now. 3 years. And fucking, I was working a normal job while doing that. For 2 of them. Like 2.5 of them. That shit sucked. And then to hear that this dude, who did get his lucky break and got to his point where, you know, he is capable, right? It doesn't feel like 3 years. It really doesn't. Time is flying, and that's scary. And for him to tell me that, oh, you know, it is harder for you because you've got to come with new ideas. I don't think this man remembers what it was like to be at 20 viewers, 30 viewers, 15 viewers, 5 viewers, 10 viewers. The whole reason I quit my fucking job was because I couldn't break out of 15. I needed a better schedule. So I took to a better schedule. I've probably made it one of the most dangerous decisions I've ever made in my life. Like, this is risky. And I'm having a hard time. I am having difficulties. But I understood that when I took this position. When I decided to do what I was doing, I knew that it was going to come with its own problems. These are problems that you don't experience when you are working a 9-to-5 job. Almost exclusively to Fortnite. He does owe his life to Fortnite. He owes his life to, I don't know, stupid fucking conversations. He owes his life to Tim the Tatman for keeping him relevant. But it's one of those things, like, you've gotta be able to grasp and understand and comprehend that it's not just difficult in the aspect of like of making money, because these are issues, like, as I was saying, these are issues that I do not experience. I'd like to dedicate this award to my friends who are fucking hilarious. Exactly. And it's one of those things you have to really be, you have to be able to, you have to be able to work differently. And I think that was the hardest part, like, about streaming, and I'm a little late and I might be paying the price for it someday with being a full-time streamer, is I needed to not, like, all the while, like, I was working manual labor jobs. Typically, the idea for that is work harder, not smarter. Well, typically that rule only applies to things that are more difficult or physically taxing. Sure, you can use work smarter, not harder. Use social media. Sure. But you can cut down the amount of physical exertion whenever you start doing things. Efficiency is clever laziness, right? Some of this isn't even like efficiency. I could post on Twitter every day, choo-choo. I could post on Blue Sky every day. I could post on YouTube every day, but that does not necessarily mean that what I am producing is going to produce results. When it comes to things like manual labor, you can bash your head against the wall enough times. Sooner or later, you'll demolish the wall that you need to take down. Doesn't really matter. But here, it's a pain in the ass. Like, this is a whole different level of issues. Like, I originally thought, just, fucking bash my head against the wall. Like, if I keep streaming and I keep streaming regularly, I'm going to get more and more and more and more people and more and more and more and more popular. And then by the time, I'll hopefully be able to sustain a livable wage. Not the case. I'm barely obtaining the livable wage in the aspect of paying rent. And it took me way too long to realize that, because this is an entire different feeling. This is an entirely different job. And I 110% believe that Ninja's just paying for editors, people who do his clipping for him, this and that and this and that. And all he does is throw money at all of the different problems. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, sure, it's easier, but also, like, if I could pay somebody else to do my job too, it would be easier. And so like his idea that once you get bigger, it gets easier is true. Because if you can get to the point where you have people doing your clipping, doing your videos, doing your, you know, whatever, your editing, your blah, 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 blah. Hell, some people even have other people to change their scenes for them. Right? And sure, when you are extremely large and you are paying people to do your job, yes, it becomes easier. Same shit can be said about getting your car worked on. Taking it to a mechanic is easier than doing it your fucking self. Like, no shit, Sherlock. But it is not an easier job. You have to, like, get up there first before it even remotely gets close to easier. Not even. Like, you just get to the point where you're able to make streams, and then you have people who make fan content, and then fan content helps your growth, and then your growth goes even further, and more 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 and more. That's the beauty of when you get to that point. But this isn't that. Ninja's literally speaking out of his ass when he says it is easier. Because he has forgotten what it's like to do this shit on your own. He's forgotten just how much that is. Because there is so much that goes down behind the lines. That makes streaming just harder than a 9 to 5. You know how hard it is to come up with new shit to do? Ninja should know. That man only plays fucking Fortnite. Homeboy played Call of Duty for a month and got his shit rocked for a month. Man was garbage. Ninja also can't accept he's number one anymore. That man is, yeah. Because he's a fucking idiot. Maybe he shouldn't have taken all the... How are you gonna... You know what? This is a good point, right? How the fuck are you gonna tell me that this guy on the top of the list is telling me, oh, streaming is an easier job, when he took a singular contract to go stream for another fucking platform that fucking crumbled, and he comes back on his knees begging for fucking Twitch's money again, and he is a quarter of the popularity that he used to be. The man signed a singular contract to Mixer and came back after Mixer collapsed and became just plummeted in popularity. And then he's become less and less relevant because the only thing he's good at is playing Fortnite. This man can't create new content. Why? Because he's a fucking idiot. Yeah, now he's giving stupid takes to stay relevant. Exactly. And I'm here to tell people how stupid his fucking take is, because I am willing to bet that there's a large portion of people that think streaming is easier than working a 9 to 5 job. It's not. It's really, really fucking not. It is a pain in the ass. I would know. I have worked 9 to 5 jobs. Hell, I've worked a 12-hour job. You want to know how bullshit that is? You want a rundown of what a 12-hour job is like? Wake up, work, go to sleep, work. As soon as Fortnite becomes distant, he will soon be, can you spare $1? Yeah, he's already going on other people's platforms, you know, giving hot takes that are absolutely garbage so that he can bring their people over, or so he can steal parts of a community. Because I do not believe that I do not believe that this man who plays with Tim the Tap Man, who goes onto his platform to talk shit, is doing it out of not trying to steal either Tim's audience or trying to blow himself up and use it as a form of boosting his own fucking stats, because Tim's a good guy. Tim's a good guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good gentleman. He's humble. He knows what he talks about, and he doesn't like starting shit, which is good. Like, don't start shit, because that's just not his thing. But Ninja, time and time and time and time again, has done it over and over and over and over again to this guy, that I do not believe he is even remotely thinking Tim's a friend anymore. Because holy shit. It's kind of like these rants, right? Like, I wouldn't go on to like a friend stream who, we don't talk about this type of stuff. This isn't the form of content that they talk about regularly. They don't usually talk about this form of content. So I would keep these rants to myself, and I would just attempt at having a good time with my friend. My stream partner, like my streaming partner or my stream collaborator, whoever the fuck you are, whatever it is at that time. If that is not what your platform is for, I would not do this. This is my thing. I talk shit. That's all I've ever been good at, is talking shit. That's my thing. It's gotten easier as people have gotten dumber, and it makes pointing out hypocrisies or stupid decisions like easier to do. This is my thing. I don't like doing this on other channels, nor do I want to do it to other people's channels, because some people in their communities don't like that shit. And I'm not trying to hurt their numbers. I'm not trying to hurt their reputation. Oh, I don't like that DOG guy. He talks a lot of shit. You're never going to hear that from like somebody else in someone else's stream unless it's previously established that that's what we're going to do. That's just not how that's going to work. Like, I'll even bite my tongue if you say something stupid to avoid a confrontation. Now, if you come to my stream, it's free game. This is what I do. This is me. If you are here, you are free game. I do not care. Thanks for the drink, Wick. I appreciate it. So I find it absolutely silly that this dude... I can talk with a few people on Twitch I can shoot the shit with. Exactly. We're here to see a goober rant and more. Exactly. Occasionally play games. Mostly play games. And this dude treats his fucking friends, quotations, like absolute shit. Fuck this guy. And fuck his horseshit opinion about his 9 to 5. Shut up. 9 to 5. That's what you're concerned. You want to talk about 9 to 5s. All right, let's talk about 9 to 5s, Ninja. I would love to have a conversation about all the 9 to 5s you've worked. I would love to hear about them, because I would be willing to bet neither of them involved you picking up a piece of wood. None of them involved you swinging a hammer. None of them involved you damn near lighting yourself on fire, almost getting crushed by thousands of pounds of brick. Ninja, you scream crackhead and soft. That is that. That is that man. And if he ever finds this, I will back my statement up. I would say it again. Because this man, you will not tell me that a 9 to 5 job is more difficult than fucking streaming. Don't disrespect crackheads, they're Ford tough. That, I can't, no. 9 to 5 jobs are not more difficult than streaming. The only time that actually takes any sort of value is whenever your job is to stream, and that is it. When you're not making videos, you're not making clips, you're not having to come up with new content, your friends don't even want to help you. That ain't how that shit works. Like, when you get to that point, that sure, I would say is easier. When all you do is you got to boot up stream and suddenly you have thousands of people watching you and you're making bukus of money off of their fucking subs and just ad revenue. But until then, shut the fuck up. Like, he's at that point, but he damn well forgot where he came from. Man is not humble. Man somehow plays Fortnite and thinks he's better than us. Oh, fuck you. Oh, yeah, I just chose an easier job because streaming is just like all you gotta do is you press the OBS button and suddenly money comes flying into your fucking pockets. Shut up. That's not how shit works. Fuck out of here. Fucking idiot. Stupid ass ninja.